In this video, I'm going to talk about how to perform eigenvalue analysis by using ChatGPT. It's a little bit weird, perhaps, but ChatGPT is a new tool. It's an artificial intelligence machine which has been trained to learn almost all the available text data on the internet and will be able to help anybody who has a certain question somehow. There is a challenge in academia and a very hot debate about the usability of these kind of machines, and probably you have heard from it before. And it's my first time to give it a shot to see if we can use it for engineering problems like this one. We have solved this problem with 4 different methods, as you see in the previous videos, manually, with Excel, with eTabs, and with MATLAB. I want to see if the this artificial intelligence can solve this simple problem for me if I'm a student or anyone. Want to see how capable this ChatGPT is. So for this purpose, I went to openai.com, and if you click try ChatGPT, you will be directed in this page. And if you start a new chat, and what I've done is I wrote my question like, "Hello ChatGPT, would you please calculate eigenvalues and eigenvectors for the following problem? The stiffness matrix is named K, and K is equal to that one." You can see this is my stiffness matrix as I explained in the previous videos. All the elements in the stiffness matrix are in terms of Newton per meter unit, and the mass matrix is named M, and M is equal to this one. All the elements in the mass matrix are in terms of kilogram units. So what I do is just to copy this into the chat GPT and press enter to see what happens. It takes a few minutes or less. It starts to analyze the problem, and surprisingly it starts to calculate something that is very relevant. And as you can see, it starts to calculate stiffness matrix, but the problem is that it usually makes some mistakes in the middle of the calculations from different sources. And you can see it's going to calculate the determinant of k minus lambda, and it's proceeding with different sort of calculations. Sometimes it uses some available MATLAB or JavaScript codes on the internet, or other available codes, and really it runs those codes to come up with some solutions. However, after all of these calculations, you can see it will come up with a wrong solution at the end. And this means that you can see it's calculating the eigenvectors incorrectly, and it brought to my mind that maybe I need to change the question in the first place to be more clear for the machine. So you can see these all seems very convincing, but they are really a flaw. You can repeat it, but what I've done is I changed my question in different layman languages. You can see I just changed them in different sort of explaining my question to better inform the machine to solve it. So here is my last attempt to be very precise and very uh, comprehensive about what I'm asking. But still, if I do the last try, I tried it, I think, 13 times. I just took a look at the solutions and I really tried my best to change my question in a way to be more crystal clear for the intelligence machine and uh, to see if it can solve the problem. So far, I would say after 13 times, I failed to get a proper solution. So um, it was very interesting for me because always personally, I'm looking at this kind of artificial intelligence as an opportunity rather than a disaster, and I think it will help humans to a better living in the future. So it's very important to better understand how does it work and what kind of expectations we should have from them. Um, for example, you can see it's really good in mass matrix, but it fails in the stiffness matrix or in the process of determining the eigenvalues. Uh, it means that although this works probably good for descriptive questions, like in other fields that do not work too much with the calculations, but still with the questions which need calculations, you cannot rely on those machines. You can see at a glance the calculations seem to be legitimate, but for example, lambda 1 and lambda 2 are totally a flaw. So far, as far as I know, and as far as my experience, you cannot rely on this. But nobody knows about the future. And the other point is, um, probably if you try maybe several more times to get a proper solution, you should be very, very precise in defining your problem. And from my point of view, if a student can be in that level of precision to define the problem for this artificial machine to get a proper solution, probably he or she can solve the problem without using this artificial machine. So uh, it's probably very rare and impossible for a student to get a correct solution from AI machines by defining the problem like this for engineering problems. And also it means that um, it's very not very easy, but it is still doable for the lecturers to understand if a student is using some artificial machines to for their coursework or projects or assignments, because there are some very obvious mistakes in the middle of the process which makes the solution irrational in some ways. And still it means that uh, it doesn't make sense for engineering calculus based problems. However, it might be different in other areas of research or fields of study. Uh, Recently, probably you have noticed in the news that some people have raised the concerns about the necessity of uh, putting some regulations and laws and conventions about using AIs in different disciplines of humanity, and that's a truly challenging subject to discuss. That I'm pretty sure that we will hear about many surprising news in the following years about different applications of AI in different disciplines, including civil engineering. So nobody has doubts about the role of AI in the future and robotics and stuff like that. However, it's very important to better understand the nature of them and to better understand the proper ways of implementing them into the problems that we are aiming to solve. And that's it for today. I hope that you have learned something from today's videos. Just not to forget, this is ChatGPT, but on the other hand, there is another AI machine which is called Bard. It's based on Google. And I gave Bard the same question, and I saw that the answer is some sort of descriptive answer. However, there are some numbers in it. And as far as I understood, Bard is way far away from ChatGPT in terms of development. I mean, far away, less away. I mean, it's less developed in comparison with ChatGPT, and it's really, it doesn't work like ChatGPT. ChatGPT really dives into the problem, does some calculations, as you saw in this video today. But Bard is probably at the first stages of development and probably less reliable than ChatGPT. These are really growing around us in near future, and it's good to better understand their behavior and, as I said, better understand the appropriate ways of implementing them in our job, in our responsibilities, in our society, just to improve the quality of life for everybody. Thank you very much for listening today, and that's it.